The man had $41 million and he was terrified to check his bank balance. I'm not talking about a fictional character. I'm talking about a guy named Sudhir, who inherited a chunk of his father's real estate fortune at 26, and by 34, he was broke. Not had a bad year, broke. Selling his watch collection on Craigslist, broke. And here's the part that should scare you a little. He didn't lose it in a crash. He didn't get scammed. He just spent it. Slowly. Invisibly. The way water finds a crack in a foundation. Getting rich, it turns out, is the easy part. Almost 70% of lottery winners go broke within 5 years. Read that again. People who did nothing but get handed millions still end up with nothing. So if getting money isn't the hard part, what is? Staying wealthy. That's the real game. And nobody teaches it because it's boring. It's not sexy. Nobody makes a movie about a guy who quietly kept his money for 40 years. I'm going to walk you through 10 habits, real ones, the kind wealthy families actually pass down at the dinner table, that separate people who get rich once from people who stay rich forever. And stick with me because habit number 7 is the one that almost nobody talks about, and it's probably costing you more money than your rent. But first, let's talk about the lie you've been told your whole life about what rich people actually do with their money. Because here's the thing, you've been picturing this wrong. You think wealthy people spend big. Rolexes, sports cars, penthouse views. Actually, the opposite is closer to true. Thomas Stanley spent 20 years studying millionaires for his book, The Millionaire Next Door. And what he found broke every assumption. Most self-made millionaires drive used cars. They live in the same modest house for decades. Their neighbors have no idea they're sitting on 7 figures. Wealth, real wealth, is quiet. It's the guy in the hardware store in a faded t-shirt who could buy the whole store and never would, because he doesn't need to prove anything to anyone. That's habit number 1. They spend on what compounds, not what impresses. Every dollar they release, they ask one silent question first. Does this make me money later? Or does this just make me look good right now? A car loses 40% of its value the second you drive it off the lot. A skill, a relationship, an index of your own business. Those things go the other direction. They grow while you sleep. Habit 2 is harder to swallow. Wealthy people budget like they're broke, forever. Not because they need to, because the moment you stop tracking your money is the moment your money stops respecting you. I have a friend, an engineer, 28 years old, pulling close to $140,000 a year at a tech company in Austin. And he still opens a spreadsheet every single Sunday night. 15 minutes. That's it. He told me once, the spreadsheet isn't for the money I have. It's for the person I don't want to become. That line stuck with me for years. Here's your reward for staying with me this long. A number that should genuinely unsettle you. The average American with a 6-figure income has less than $5,000 in savings. Income and wealth are not the same thing. You can make $300,000 a year and die broke. You can make $60,000 and die a millionaire. The difference isn't the paycheck. It's what happens in the 30 seconds after the paycheck lands. Which brings us to habit 3, and this one's uncomfortable, so brace yourself. Wealthy people are boring on purpose. They automate the decision before the temptation ever shows up. The moment their money hits the account, a chunk of it is already gone. Moved, invested, untouchable, before their brain even gets a vote. Because willpower is a terrible long-term strategy. You will not out-discipline a bad system. You will lose. Every single time. So instead of trying to be the person who resists the sale email at midnight, build a system where the money's already somewhere else by the time the email arrives. Now let's talk about the people around you, because this one's going to sting a little. You are financially the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Not metaphorically, literally. If your friend group treats a Friday night out as a $500 event, you will too. Even if you can't afford it, because the social cost of being that guy who doesn't come feels bigger than the financial cost in the moment. Wealthy people are ruthless about this, quietly. They don't cut people off dramatically. They just stop organizing their life around environments that punish restraint. Notice who makes you feel weird for saying no to a purchase. That person is expensive, even if they never ask you for a dollar. Habit 5 is the one that actually made me rethink everything, so pay attention here. Wealthy people treat money like oxygen, not like a trophy. Oxygen isn't something you display. You don't post a photo of yourself breathing. You just need enough of it, quietly, in the background, so you can focus on the actual life you're building. The moment money becomes a trophy, something you show, something that proves you made it, you start making decisions to protect the image instead of the asset. That's how doctors, lawyers, even NBA players go broke. 60% of NFL players face financial trouble within a few years of retiring. These are people who made 20, 30 million dollars. It's not a math problem, it's an identity problem. They spent to become someone instead of spending to build something. I promised you the one nobody talks about, so here it is. Habit 6 is boredom tolerance. Wealth is built in the years that make for a terrible Instagram story. The compounding years. The years where nothing visible happens and you just keep showing up, keep depositing, keep not touching it. Most people quit right before the curve bends upward because the first 10 years of compounding look almost flat, and the human brain reads flat as not working. It's working, it's just invisible until it isn't. Now here's the pivot, the part where everything I've said so far gets turned on its head a little. You'd think all this discipline, all this restraint, means wealthy people never spend on themselves. Wrong, completely wrong. They spend enormous amounts of money on one specific thing: time. Buying back their own hours is the single most consistent habit among people who stay rich for life. The shopkeeper I mentioned earlier, well, I said I'd only use one relatable example, so let me actually tell you about her. She ran a small hardware store inherited from her father, barely profitable for years. The turning point wasn't a new product line. It was the month she hired someone for $18 an hour to handle the register and the deliveries, freeing her up to actually go find wholesale deals and build supplier relationships. That single decision, paying someone else for time, more than tripled her margins within 2 years. Wealthy people don't ask, "Can I afford this?" They ask, "What is my hour actually worth? And is this cheaper than my hour?" That reframe alone will change how you spend money for the rest of your life. Habit 8 ties directly into that. They invest in what compounds beyond money, specifically their own skill set. Warren Buffett has said the best investment you can make is in yourself. And I know that sounds like a fortune cookie, but sit with the actual mechanism for a second. A stock can go to zero. A business can fail. Your ability to read a balance sheet, negotiate a contract, or write persuasively, nobody can repossess that. It survives divorces, recessions, bad decisions, everything. It's the one asset that's fully yours forever, immune to every market crash that will ever happen. Habit 9, and this one is almost spiritual in how simple it is. They give money away deliberately before they feel ready. Not because it's noble, though it is, because generosity, practiced early, breaks the death grip that scarcity puts on your identity. The moment you can give without flinching, you've proven to your own nervous system that there's enough. And a nervous system that believes there's enough makes calmer, smarter, less panicked decisions with everything else. And habit 10, the quiet one, the one that ties every other habit together, they revisit their why constantly. Not once a year in some New Year's resolution. Constantly. Because money without a why turns into a treadmill. You hit the number, it doesn't feel like enough, you set a new number. Repeat. Forever. Sudhir, the guy from the beginning who burned through $41 million, dollars, I asked someone who knew him what actually happened, deep down. And the answer wasn't stupidity. It was that he never once in his entire life decided what the money was actually for. It just accumulated, and then it just disappeared, and there was no anchor in between. That's the real secret hiding under all 10 of these habits. Wealth isn't a number you reach, it's a relationship you maintain, the same way you'd maintain a friendship or your health. with attention, with small, consistent choices, with the humility to know that one bad year of habits can undo a decade of good ones. So here's what I actually want you to do tonight. Not someday, tonight. Pick one habit from this list, just one, and put it into place before you go to bed. Not all 10. One. Because the people who stay wealthy for life didn't build 10 habits in a weekend. They built one, made it boring, made it automatic, and then quietly added the next. If even one of these hit close to home, tell me which one in the comments. And honestly, some of the best insights in this video came from viewers just like you. And if you want the next video the moment it drops, you know what to do.